Set-top boxes and connected TVs are pretty much the subject of, well, modern living. Everybody has to have something that connects to the internet to watch their favorite programs, streams, YouTube channels, whatever. And of course, these devices aid in doing that on a larger format rather than having to stare at a very small screen, either on your computer, your phone, or your tablet. The question is it important to the marketplace that many of these set-top devices just incorporate themselves into televisions? For things like Samba and for Roku, the answer, of course, is yes. So on this Tech Tuesday, let's jump into connected TVs, courtesy of Roku. Here we go. Now, I'm a big fan of Roku. I have several of them. I use them when I travel even because, hey, it's handy, it's convenient to take along a little box that can give me all of the home entertainment options that I would normally have at home, even if I happen to be in a hotel or visiting a friend somewhere. I love it. It's easy to use. And the device itself allows me access to, well, the Roku channels that are also provided. Interestingly enough, Roku has decided at this most recent CES to announce their very own brand of Roku televisions. Yes, I know, you've seen Roku TVs before, except they weren't really Rokus. They were another brand that incorporated Roku. Now, Roku's getting into the manufacturing business, and Variety, for whatever reason, is calling them out on it. Let's dive in. So the article we're going to look at is the flawed reasoning behind Roku's smart TV play. Now, think that's a little strong. Maybe they don't understand, well, why Roku's doing this. And I think that's exactly what they're saying here in this article. It says, of the many questions at this year's CES about Roku launching its own line of smart televisions in the spring, perhaps the most pressing is why. Well, maybe for you, but I can see a need for that for them. See, they're handing over their technology and their information gathering, because by the way, the Rokus gather a lot of information, to a third party for the manufacturing process. By bringing all of that in-house, well, it prevents some things from happening that may be, I think unsavory is probably the right word. Now, Roku is the top connected device that you can have, whether it be in a television or in a set-top box. Those particular products will, again, allow you to connect from pretty much anywhere, primarily your living room. And again, it is the hottest selling connected device that you can own. If you take a look at this chart, it actually outlines it here. It shows that the Roku is 36% of the market. You have a few others like the Samsung Tizen and, of course, the SmartCast Vizio. But for the most part, they dominate the marketplace. In fact, between that company, Roku, and Samsung, they make up over 50% to closer to 60% of the market. So they have great intelligence gathering along with the ability to offer, well, their own commercial streams, etc., etc. So the question that Variety has is, why are you venturing deeper into the hardware business? Why is Roku doing that? Well, Roku's player, its hardware, has always been a money loser, and Variety points that out accurately. Over time, tech usually gets less expensive. In this case, when it comes to these kinds of devices, price point hasn't changed, but the expense to manufacture has because of the global crisis supply chain problem, although those prices will probably fall in the future. Now, manufacturing televisions have very little margin. In fact, for a lot of different types of devices, there's very little margin indeed. So you're not turning a profit there, but you are turning a profit in content delivery. And that's where the strategy lies. Now, if you take a look at the Roku key operating metrics, which we have this chart, you can see that in Q4 of 2022, they have grown their subscriber base to 70 million customers. That's a lot of people, right? That means that those people, those 70 million customers, are streaming about 23.9 billion hours in that one quarter. That's a lot of television consumption. And when you consider this, that Roku has their own way to offer their own fast channels, they make a load of money on the ad tech that's involved in delivering programming with their own ads. In fact, you can even set up your own OTT channel on Roku and operate essentially your own station or own programming option for people to consume. And with a small split with Roku, you actually collect the advertising revenue there as well. What's really strange is Variety kind of answers their own question. Why is Roku diving further into the hardware marketplace? Well, it's because their dominance is starting to wane. In fact, they say so here. In short, Roku's dominance on the smart TV space is ebbing, and the move to control at least some of its own smart TVs end-to-end seems designed to help stem or reverse the tide. So you already answered your own question. Why is Roku getting involved in this space? And now I'm going to grab a quote from the article that comes from, well, not them, but The Verge, when they're interviewing the VP of Retail Strategy. And I'm just going to quote him right here. "We believe that a TV made and designed by Roku just makes sense. This move can fully realize the potential of our Roku TV program by bringing our content, our award-winning operating system, and hardware all together under one roof." And I agree. There's nothing easier to use than the Roku remote and their OS operating system, the front end that people see. That's a breeze to use as compared to almost any other smart product that's out there. And it also looks like Roku may have priced themselves competitively when it comes to these large offerings, these big format televisions, because they're going to offer anywhere between a 24-inch and a 75-inch model, somewhere between $119 and $999, which puts them fairly in the middle of a pretty broad spectrum of pricing options for the size. And they've also actually created a really nice way to market directly to consumers that if you want something first, you're going to get it on our TV. Otherwise, if you're waiting or using somebody else's device that has Roku or the ability to use Roku, well, it's going to roll out later. So there's an upside. To me, this just seems like a no-brainer. Roku, again, as one of the leaders in this space, if not the leader in this space, is just trying to solidify and hang on to that lead. And I understand, you don't want to lose customers to another competitor because you decided to move slower going forward. I mean, just look at Apple. They give you a new iPhone or iDevice every single year. Why wouldn't they? It's the way they give you the idea that you're constantly up to date. I suggest that Roku's basically doing the same thing. But hey, what do you think? Are you going to pick up one of these Roku-enabled televisions, one of these branded Roku televisions that pretty much integrate the OS and all of the other features right into the screen? Are you even interested in set-top device connectivity? Are you using something similar to this? Do you have a Roku? Do you have an Apple TV, or I guess the Chromecast thing, or whatever they call the Amazon thing? Do you have any of those devices? Do you use them? I'm just curious because, again, not only do you need to understand how wonderfully convenient they are, but also that you're essentially surrendering data to whoever you're subscribing with. And if you've already given enough data to, I don't know, Google or Amazon, maybe you'd like to divide up that data and maybe just, participate in Roku. I don't know. Anyway, but I'm just curious what you think. If you're interested in one of these TVs, devices, do you use them, etc., etc. Please give me some comments down below, and hopefully we can have a conversation about the wonderful world of connectivity on this, this Tech Tuesday. And with that, this short video, I just want to say, be sure to take care of yourself, take care of others, wash your hands, of course, because it's good hygiene. And until next time, bye. And don't forget to check out my Rumble at rumble.com/CultureCasino.
Thanks for visiting today. Be sure you're subscribed and hit that for alerts.
Yay!
Of course, like and share all of the videos that you can, as it helps with the algorithm. Have a great day.